Let it go, let it go. Hello, my name is Mike Way, and welcome to another 5-minute message. Here I am in the virtual wilderness. With all the social distancing going on, I figured I needed to get out, and here's how I'm doing it. What I wanted to talk about with you this week is the phrase, let go and let God. That's really what we need to do to be able to deal with all the crazy things that go on. It's just to let it go and let God handle it. For our verse this week, we're going to look at the book of Philippians chapter 4, verses 6 and 7. It says, do not be anxious about anything, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God, and the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. So the first thing it tells us to do in that verse is don't worry. And we are so good at worrying. But in 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 6, we're told, humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of God, so that at the proper time he may exalt you, casting all your anxieties on him, because he cares for you. You see, that's one of the interesting things, is sometimes we go through all of this so that he can exalt us at the proper time, so that his glory can be shown to others. So we are part of his plan. And sometimes we get so wrapped up in worry, we don't know how to deal with it. Well, God tells us how to deal with it. He says, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your request be made known to God. In other words, go to him. Let him know what your challenges are, what your struggles are, and the peace that you need. And he will take care of it for you. In Psalms 55, verse 22, cast your burdens on the Lord, and he will sustain you. He will never permit the righteous to be moved. You see, all we have to do is go to him and ask him to take care of it. And he will. He'll take care of it. And by getting us through, he will make us stronger. He will make us more experienced. He will give us the ability to deal with it even better in the future. But he will do it in his own time. We need to be patient with it and let him do it. So just let go and let God. The last thing he says there, and the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. In other words, God will take care of it. He will take care of you. Later in that chapter, in verse 19, he says, and my God will supply every need of yours according to his riches in glory in Christ Jesus. He will be the one to give us peace. He will give us what we need to resolve our problems. And he will guard us and care for us because he loves us. In the book of Psalms, chapter 13, verses 5 and 6, it says, but I have trusted in your steadfast love. My heart shall rejoice in your salvation. I will sing to the Lord because he has dealt bountifully with me. If we trust in God's love and we let go and let God, then we can rejoice because we know that the Lord will deal with us bountifully. It's kind of like this. When we have problems in our lives, we have a tendency, almost like we were carrying around a big burlap sack. And every time we have a problem, we take this brick of a problem and we throw it in our bag. And we start carrying it with us. So I'm behind on the bills, throw in the bag over our back. And we're going on, I had an argument with my spouse, throw it in the bag, throw it in your bag. Things aren't looking so good at work. So I pick up another brick, I throw it in the bag, and I carry the bag. And I continue to do this until that bag gets so big and heavy that I can hardly move. And then I turn to God and I dump the bag at his feet and say, please take care of this. Why do we wait so long? At the first sign, we need to take that to Jesus. We need to take it to the Father and say, here, you handle it. Help me with this. Guide me with this. Rather than trying to do it on our own. But then the silly thing is, once it's all over, we then pick the bag back up, throw it back over our shoulders, and carry it all with us again. Leave it there. That's the only way we can have the peace that passes all understanding, is to not carry it around with us anymore, but take those cares, take those worries, go to our Father in prayer and lay them at his feet and say, you handle it. Help me with this. Guide me through this. And he will do so because he will guard you, because he cares for you. So the biggest thing we need to learn this week is to just let go and let God. Thank you for watching.